How you doing? I look a bit like Kylo Ren. I actually took a picture at the Force Awakens premiere in London in this hoodie with Adam Driver, Kylo Ren, and I thought the synchronicities were there because these stripes are very similar to Kylo Ren's stripes. Anyway, driver. We have the driver. Driver is 76. Thomas. Numbers, not numbers. A magic 176. Ripple 76. How you doing, folks? So we're 301 days in. Hey, David. 301 comes to time travel 125 plus Back to the Future 176. It comes to Thomas Sydney Bushnell 245 plus 56 light. And it's very cold, hence I got my hoodie up, but it's beautiful sunshine. So I'm out here and I thought, why not take advantage of this? Because I don't know when the next set of bit of sunshine will come. But I'm grateful that the white hats are giving us at least maybe kind of once a week some bright sunshine, which makes a massive difference. Phoenix, there you go. Rising the Phoenix. Phoenix 91, Space Force. Spirit 91. Mirror 91. POTUS 91. Liberty 91. Future 91. The Father 91. POTUS 91. So hit the hype button as well if you would, folks. Hit the hype button and yeah, thank you. So, for new viewers, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. We're getting a bit squashed again on the channel, but with your help, we can overcome, as we always do. So, Jeffrey Epstein, 163. It's also Make America Great Again, 163. So remember, it's a very complex game, folks. And when the press is able to mark a name in such a way, sometimes it's good to kind of look beyond it. But it's necessary because that's what they've done, I believe. As I've said before, that Epstein's a double, triple. He's not dead. People know that. But he's used as a white hat instrument to bring about the avalanche that is about to happen. Look at that seagull over there. Seagull 77 power. Swift 77. I saw a sign of Swift today. But a week to remember is 159. So Jeffrey Epstein, a week to remember is 322. I've been talking about the 322 and the 589 and 911. Someone's elegantly put together that the 589. So there's a docket. I say docket, but there's a hearing, something to do with the Senate, or is it the House? I always get confused on the Senate and the House. Anyway, something tomorrow, November 18th. But they're going to relate it to the Epstein files, and it's 589. It's number 589, and it happens on the 322nd day of the year. You add those together as 9/11. So someone out there is getting similar codes that I've been getting, which is cool. Today is the 321st day of the year, so 3, 2, 1, like a clock, like a 3, 2, 1, like a magic trick. Magic 33, Don 33, 33 vertebrae in the back. Back is 17, Q, ice. So we'll see how all that plays out, but this week could be really massive, monumental. I did yesterday's show about one. It's already floating out there. It's already been put out there, but when oh, look at that beautiful orb. I say that's an orb, that's a reflection of the phone, but it's popped up. So why not? There you go, it's like a jellyfish. I look like a Teletubby in this, don't I? There you go. But 589, the XRP number 589. So Epstein help fund create Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes to zero. Where does all that money flood into? It goes into alternate assets, including other crypto, which will go to the bottom of Bitcoin's at the top alphabetically. You've got Avalanche, that coin, Bitcoin, and others, and then you've got the X coins, XRP, XLM, XTC. Money falls into the Valley 77, Power 77, Swift 77. As all of that collapses, the Swift changes, goes into those X coins. That's a very clever way. Hey Victoria, oh bless you, from Northern Idaho, thank you so much for your $50, I appreciate it, that's very kind of you, thank you. And I'll give a shout out to anyone that puts a super chat here on YouTube, and also if you have alternative methods and want to have PayPal as well, links are below. I'll give you a shout out on the show, on tomorrow's show, and I'll give you a personal thank you in PayPal, so thank you very much Victoria, really appreciate it. Comex Rule 589 regulates trade. Okay, that's very interesting. I don't know that one. So that's good. So there's a few 589s out there. 589 is also that one that President Trump said a few months ago about Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. The exact phrase that Trump says, I might be slightly misquoting it, that comes to 589 as well. So I noticed that many months ago. And I put out on August 2nd the thought that if someone was tied to Bitcoin, what could make it go to the floor, to zero? And I was like, could it be Epstein? And now that's looking very likely. They're already putting that out. It's apparently in some of the files. The mainstream media is not really covering it, but there'll probably be a point where it gets pushed into doing so, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. There's the ETF, isn't there, with is it Franklin Templeton? Makes me think of Templeton Peck facing the 18. But Dirk Benedict, I think his name is. Yeah, that's. Was he on the same show as Big Brother with Ivana Trump? I don't think he was. But they used to get these celebrities in, didn't they? I know Alex Reid, he was on the show with Ivana Trump. But I think Templeton Peck was on a few others. Dirk Benedict. He cured himself of cancer, didn't he? Apparently. Did a lot of kind of meditating out in Tibet, I think, in Nepal, out that way. But we'll see what comes. So 113 is payments. 113 is also one of the bad numbers for the I think Google Chrome word in things like Monsters Inc. and it's in Mission Impossible 2, I believe, as well. So they put those things in plain sight. They're out there. They're in people's reality. But this could be, I mean, as time goes on, each week is the best week of our lives because it's the one that we're in. But literally this week could be the best week of our lives, leading into the next best week of our lives. Because in 5 days' time it's the ISO transition with Swift onto Swift, but will that be at the beginning and the end of Swift? It looks like it. That coincides with JFK's anniversary, 62 years ago. 62 is shot, 62 is a miracle. That will be 62 years time or go on Saturday. And you have the F1 race, you have the qualifying race in Vegas. And that ties in with other codes in regards to the Dark Knight Rises, Circuit of the Americas. It coincides with quite a few of those codes. Paradise, Las Vegas, Nevada is a 206. Quantum physics is 206. Oh look, you got my glow. Can you see the glow around me? Even with my hoodie, the glow is there, which is cool. Hey Mariano, good to see you. Oh, happy birthday. There you go, Angel Eyes. 62 years. So you were born just the day before JFK. Wow. So you incepted into this reality just prior to all of that. potassium iodine now. Well, iodine's a good thing to take, potassium's a good thing to take. I don't know what the composite of those two together is, but if it's a healthy thing, happy birthday, there you go, Denise. So 126 is Chinese elders, 126, and 58 in the thumbs up 58 is XRP. You just have to listen more carefully then, Jane. It's actually quite quiet out here right now, so you know, yeah. But it's peaceful out here. It's pretty, it's peaceful. Okay, cool. We'll do the things you feel you need to do. If it resonates with you and you've researched it, then yeah. Do the things that you feel that are good. Hey Joy, good to see you. Brown 72. Money 72, first 72. Hit the hype button if you would, folks. We're kind of earlier for most of America, but some of you will be up, as I can see, because I've had some messages on here saying that you're in the States, but also it allows Australia to come in, the UK, Europe, Asia, even, well, early parts of South America, because they're a bit further ahead in the Atlantic, aren't they, compared to most of the US. So 61 Miracle, 127 the Ace of Spades, California 88 Trump, there you go. So we're going to enjoy the next few days, whatever's coming, we're going to enjoy that. Plane up there. So November 5th is due on the Julian calendar. Okay, yeah. That's interesting. It would be, I guess, yeah. 13 days. 13 plus 5, 18, yeah. That would make sense. 13s, 17s on calendars. Hey, Victoria. So we got 133 in the chat, literally just in front of me. I'm going to flip it around for a second. You'll see the Isle of Wight. Can you see it? Hang on. There you go. So right there in front is the Isle of Wight. Isle of Wight is 133. Simulation 133. Terminator 133. White House, or White House 133. So the cliffs here, Victoria, are Old Harry Rocks, which is at the tip of the Isle of Perbeck. So this is Old Harry Rocks, which is a stack of chalk cliffs, needles pointing into up out the water, which is a beautiful part of the coastline, as you can see. And yeah, that's what it is. Old Harry Rocks in numbers is 167, which comes to the two words 24. 24th letter is X. X marks the spot. And 167 is the day that Trump came down the escalator to announce his candidacy on 16th of June 2015, which was actually 5 days before I physically met his beautiful daughter Ivanka, who it feels very much so that I had a past in a previous life with, which is very cool. I'll claim that one for sure. But it all began with her. I can pinpoint the numbers starting from the point of meeting Ivanka. So she did something. She activated me. Activation is 114 trump card, frequency, history. How do we change our history? We change it through frequency. All histories, all realities, all timelines, past, present, and future, are all now. And the way we experience them is we tune into them. And you tune in through frequency, just like a radio set. And I haven't claimed yet how to do that precisely, but I'm working on it like the rest of you. But timelines do start to kind of bleed into and blend into each other, and that's what we're experiencing as we go through the Great Awakening. That's what we're experiencing. So, which is beautiful, which is magnificent. It's a lovely, it's a beautiful thing. It's a gorgeous thing. Look, I'll stand up and I'll give you a rotation so you can see some of the topography here. So that's Old Harry Rocks. That's the very tip. That's the most kind of jagged point out. But all along the shoulder, you'll see you've got these beautiful stacks coming out of the water. And it's magnificent. It's lovely. So when we get this sunshine, because I mean we're mid-November now, so it's winter. Well, it's winter. It's technically still fall, autumn. The fall of the cabal, autumn. It seems like it will be in an autumn season, the fall season, which we're in now. So why not now? Hill Valley Bluebird Motel. Matt will enjoy that, I'll tell him. I'll tell him. I've screenshot it. You won't be able to see that he called, but he just called literally as I'm doing the code. So this is the beauty of the synchronicity. This is how it works, folks. This is how it works. And us good folk, which Matt is a good folk, he's part of all of this with us. That's how it works. That's how it works. So I love the numbers. I love the synchronicities. I love the realities and the possibilities of the game that we're in. Even though there's some parts that I'd like to erase. I haven't quite worked out how to erase and edit completely on demand. But it's getting there. It's getting there. So, okay, so it's rain instead. Yeah, that was funny with Matt. I'll let him know when I call. And we've got this Back to the Future link, you see. We've had this thing with Back to the Future before. The flux capacitor, we had a nice series of synchronicities with all of that. So I'll let him know that, which he'll enjoy. But yeah, Old Harry Rock. So this is, I mean, it's a blessing to live here, folks. It's a beautiful part of the world. The numbers started when I was in London. So 141 in the chat right now. 141 is Tom Bushnell, 76 thumbs up, 76 is Thomas, a magic one. Now we've got 77, which is power, which is hertz as in frequency. 80 is Letta, Spencer as in Diana. But yeah, so the journey started, well, it started in Manhattan, but 2020 started in London, and then universe brought me down here. But this peninsula that I'm on right now is called Perbeck, the Isle of Perbeck. Perbeck is 76, Thomas 76, Ripple 76, a Magic 1 76, Contact 76. And this path that we're on is Ridgeway. And it's either Ridgeway or the Ridgeway is 92, which is numbers, which is Manhattan, you see, which is reverse. And so I've always felt an affinity to this place. I've come here as a kid. Folks, I don't know. Okay, I'm back again. Back again? Back again, yeah? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Good. Thanks, Threads of Hero. Yes, Leo, good. Okay, I don't know what happened there. So 150 in the chat is pulled the plug. 87 is Stella, which is Sunny Hayes, Sunny. 87, 88 Trump. There you go. I don't know what happened there. I deliberately chose to stay here because when we did the broadcast from here last week, as I was walking back, we fell into kind of a dead point and the show petered off. So, hey Karen, hey Lorna. Anyway, so we're back again, which is good. Which is good. But yeah, we're going into Aquarius, aren't we? Age of Aquarius. Aquarius is 107. Quantum is 100. Atonement is 107, which corrects all of the lines, the timelines. 172, hyperinflation. 88, Trump. Money, reset the money. Bitcoin, reset the Bitcoin. Reset the Bitcoin is 172, which is hyperinflation. 88 is also Epstein. And so, like I said, both sides have the numbers. But also, Epstein Island, 147 is the trump card. It's clever. That's why President Trump is able to mingle in and amongst everyone and use it. He's the art of the deal. He's the weaver. He's the dream weaver. Dream weaver, 115. Art of the deal, 115. 11/5, November 5th. The election, 115. It's a very clever thing. Intelligence, 115. Balance. Balance. Able to use both sides and direct them the best way possible for mankind. 165, resurrection. Aberdeenshire. Aberdeen. Part of Aberdeen. Dundee. I know Dundee. My friend Ben was telling me about. You can get, apparently. Let me get this right. Common law passports, Dundee. Heard about it yesterday. But yeah, look, let me take you over the edge here. Can you see it all? There you go. There you go. So over there, people walk out on that edge. I've seen some people take walks out there. That would have been, at one point, that would have been complete there. You see, so that over time, that's eroded. Don't know when that went. Not sure, because I've been here before and I'm trying to remember if that was there last time, a few years ago. I'm not sure. I'd have to dig out photos. There maybe is a record of it when that collapsed. But people do walk out as far as they can on that edge, which is quite a thing. I guess if they're able to edit out the fear receptors in their being, then they can do stuff like that. And maybe that's where we're going. Because I was thinking about that. I was thinking about the principle of fear in the body. Is it innate in the body? Is it conditioned? I think there are certain things in the DNA that are conditioned, like the fear of falling. They say babies have that fear of falling, and humans still have it, adults have it. But I guess if you're able to edit that out and actually get the reality that this is a hologram, even though it seems super real, maybe then you have the Neo moment and you fly. Is that the Great Awakening? When we just realise that it's all bit by bit, precept upon precept. We're getting there, folks. But yeah, this week, this will be really fascinating to see what happens. I saw a post as well. Apparently, I saw a tweet on it. I haven't seen President Trump say it, but apparently, you can confirm, he said that all the offenders with records will have to, anyone between 18 and 25 will have to go into the military, I guess for discipline. there won't be any more wars, but they'll get drafted into the military to correct themselves, which is, you know, that's a good thing really. And a discipline, you know, my mission was really good from a point of view of a discipline. I think that's a good thing for young people. That's why they have military in a lot of countries, missions in others. So that's a wise move from President Trump to say anyone with a record, a young person with a record, will be automatically drafted into the military. It doesn't mean they're going to die, because there won't be any more wars. He's the peacemaker. But in terms of a structured, disciplined life, that will help them. That's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, the man is so clever. He keeps pulling rabbits out the hat. He's so clever. 182, the flux capacitor. 106 is red pilling prophecy. Yeah. Okay, so let's go out here. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to take you out to this edge. I'm not going to go out on the edge, but I'll take you out to it, and you'll see what I mean. But people do. It's usually, you know, the ones that do like the base jumps and stuff like that. It's like some of them that kind of just come out and walk along the edge. They must have a slightly different editing in their programming. So look here, right? So you get some. Yeah. So I think that was. I don't know. At some point, hang on. I'm going to flip it around. So at some point, this just over that halfway hump. That's where the gap is. I showed you the gap from over there. But you would get some. I saw it a few years ago down here before it moved. We're just walking down that edge like with no, literally up there, like here, without any kind of look at that cave under there. Can you see this? I'm going to show you this around here. Look at the cave under there. Nadine, we know it's windy. Come on, stop doing this, people. That's silly. I'm not going to put up with comments like that. Don't need to be. That's silly. That's coming from normal followers as well. It's like, guys, we're outside. Those things make me think, hang on, are you actually a real human, or are you just an AI that's been contributing? Come on, guys. So I'm going to show you over the hill here. There you go. So what you get in the summer, you probably get it sometime now as well. Wouldn't be surprised when it's sunny, people come out. So you get canoes, you get kayaks coming all the way along here, and what they'll do is they'll rest up here on the shore, and then they'll go exploring around. That'd be quite fun to do. I might do that in the summer. Take a walk, not a walk, a ride, and then get off down there. But it's lovely. So we've got 192 in the chat right now, which is Ivanka Marie Trump, and we've got 115, which is intelligence. They're both very big numbers, and they're both important. 193, follow the twos. Hey Mark, it's the water it's beautiful here. You'll get seals. I've seen a seal on the shore. I've not seen dolphins or porpoises, but apparently you get those as well around the coastline. This is the Jurassic Coast. It's a beautiful part of the world, incredible part of the world. Jurassic Coast is 158. Remember. Jurassic Park is 105. So you can see the beautiful winter sun. So this will be the tip of the English Channel, basically. I mean, it's the bays, but that's where it takes you out to. If you were to carry on, you get out to the States eventually. Someone's asking what water stretch is. It's basically, that is the English Channel. That's what that is. English Channel is 131 John F. Kennedy. And then the English Channel bleeds into the Atlantic Ocean. So, right, there we go. There we go, folks. But it's a wintry sun. It's like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones 146. Jurassic Park is 146. Truth Social 146. The Trump hit 146. Trump 146. Jerusalem 146. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's the download of the information is out there, you see. So we've had that. I mean, I've always said for a number of years that Bitcoin was a slush fund, really. Bitcoin is 72, Swamp is 72. Look at that boat out there. Can you see the boat out there? There you go. Money 72, first 72, but will Bitcoin be the first thing to go? Could well be. Could well be. I mean, there's always other permutations that they can do. Maybe it sees the consciousness, it gets ready for that, but it's looking like, I mean, that'd be a dramatic, for Bitcoin to be wiped off the board, and then for that money to go into others, to shift it, starts to change it, you see. And that would get people's attention in many ways. It's just clever, it's clever, all of this. So we'll see what comes, but so far it looks like it's highly doable. It looks highly doable. It looks probable, in fact. And Bitcoin would have been again, part of the honey trap to catch them, you see. That's what it is. It's to catch them. It's to catch them doing what they've been doing. So all of these things have been set up. It's about, what's the time here, Steve? It's not quite 4, it's about 2ish something. We've got a couple hours now, maybe a couple, 2.5 hours left of light here. It start to get dark about 4:30ish today. But yeah, Bitcoin would have been the thing that was, one of the things that was used to catch them, you see. You know the film Minority Report, and how they got the precogs and how they catch them just before they do the crime? It feels to me like there's something probably quite probable in regards to the stuff that we know about that they've been doing, that they would catch them literally just on the verge of doing something. There would be some things that have taken place that they did do, but I think once the operation was fully underway, there would be points where they would allow them to get just to the point of doing the action and then stop them and catch them. So they're caught in the act, really, but without actually committing the offence to any victims. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, or has been the case in many things. In fact, there'll be some of that that's gone on. Hence the whole thing of Minority Report, showing that film, how they've been doing things, how they've been catching them. It's Mission Impossible. It's Mission Impossible on steroids. That's what it is, folks. They catch them all. They do it by the Law of War manual. They catch them. Nuremberg, the film is out right now. Why is that out right now? Because it's supposed to be. It's lovely out here. It's a great blessing. Excuse me. What's that? As of November 22nd, all banks currently owned by the US Treasury and Asian elders will no longer operate on the Khazarian Mafia's fiat fractional reserve banking system. Yeah, that seems like a fair comment. Seems like a fair comment, Leo. Yeah. The transition, the end of Swift. Or the public ending of Swift. The fifth, I think I mentioned this last time here, actually I did, yeah. So but it's popped into my head again. So as a reminder, the fifth dimension, 184. Deoxyribonucleic, 184, as in your DNA. And then smart contracts, 184. So smart contracts is our DNA, which helps us ascend. So as we complete the smart contracts, as there's proof of work in these realms, it helps us ascend. It does. That's the thing that does make us ascend. They're all the same, you see. Smart contracts, 184. The fifth dimension, 184. Ribonucleic, 184. An acid, 17Q, you see. Deoxyribonucleic acid is 201. Makes me think of 2001, Space Odyssey, September 11th, 2001. Back to the Future, 1955. 1955 comes to 194, which comes to the New Yorker Hotel. Well, New Yorker Hotel, which comes to September 11th, 194. They're all the same value. And 194 is someone very important as well. Smart contracts, so to do with the blockchain. So we've got smart contracts, you've got that technology, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is Trump part of the deal. Trump 11/5, November 5th. You see, this year has been far more AI than the previous year. And that's because artificial intelligence is Trump 11/5, November 5th, you see. So everything's got meaning. We're all on track with many things. And as I'm saying this to you, 176 in the chat is Back to the Future, November 5th. And 131 is John F. Kennedy. And they mention John F. Kennedy Drive. They say, who's John F. Kennedy? And he says, John F. Kennedy Drive. Drive is 58 XRP. He says, John F. Kennedy. Who's John F. Kennedy? So they name John F. Kennedy's road. And then someone on November 5th this year, Soma, they put out on the comments on the video that I did and said Bushnell Avenue is the real street location of where Marty McFly pushes George out of the way when he's looking at his future wife, Lorraine Baines, and it's the same road that she lived on. It's great to be part of Back to the Future, because I was having that thought just a week or so before. I was like, I'd love to be in Back to the Future, because as you know, Tom Numbers appears in a number of the films I reference. Titanic, same thing. I thought I'd want to be in Titanic, and then Tom Numbers appears in the end of Titanic, the actual credits, and I was like, I'd love to be in Back to the Future. So Tom Numbers doesn't appear at the end of the credits, but Bushnell Avenue is the real set location of where a key road location of Back to the Future, the actual film. So it's a great world we live in, folks. These are all proofs. These are all Q proofs. These are all number proofs. These are all personal Tom number proofs. These are all personal proofs to you as part of the Psych Club family. This is real. We live in a holographic universe. Hologram is 89. Virus is 89. So when the coronavirus came about, it was also Corona hologram. What does that mean? That's when the hologram started interactive with us, which is all part of the Ascension, which is all part of the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening is 169, Trump Tower 169, Thomas Bushnell 169, Robert Zemeckis, the director of Back to the Future 169, my friend Checkmate, who I've referenced before, it's all there, folks. It's all there, and it's beautiful. It's wonderful. So anyway, let's see what happens today, tomorrow, the next few days, leading into November 22nd, and then remember, even beyond then, we've got the next couple of F1 races, which are pinpointed. Pinpointed in Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So 172 in the chat, hyperinflation in the reset, and 136 dark night. There you go. Stock exchange hyperinflation. Who knows? Let's see what happens. And also as well, if you're a local subscriber, go and check today's video. So Locals is a paid subscription. You get extra video content from me. It's a way you can support my work and also get more numbers for yourself. And I'm doing shows on that each week, so you get a weekly show. So I did that earlier today, and that is up there. Stephen, stop! I don't want to hear those comments, mate. We're out here. You know, those comments make me question if you guys are real or NPCs. Don't be saying stuff like that. I don't want to put you in timeout, but any comments like that are just silly. I know there's wind out here. We're outside, okay? All right. So, but go over to Locals. If you're a subscriber on Locals, check out today's video. You'll get today's show. That's okay. That's all right, Stephen. I'm glad you're here. But yeah, there's some wind out here, so this is the way it is. Someone said they could hear about F1. So what I said is F1, the F1 movie, the Brad Pitt movie, which I spoke about extensively over the last few months, ends in Abu Dhabi. That's when the event happens, and that's when the IB happens. It actually takes place just before it. In Abu Dhabi, the F1 race is a real race, which is going to take place in this Formula One season this year, 2025, a real race. And that takes place on 7th of December, which some say is Patton's. If Trump was Patton's son, that's Trump's birthday apparently, if that's a correct thing, which it might be. And General Patton, if I remember right, he's 148. Donald J. Trump 148. December 7th 148. Simple Gematria 148. Time Traveler 148. Emmett Brown 148. F1 also takes place at the end of the film Now You See Me, Now You Don't in Abu Dhabi. So that's what I'm pointing out. All right. Well, not. I mean, you're picking up wind, but there's a bit of wind then, but not. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, folks, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll see you.